Broadcasting to you from the heart of northern Minnesota, you are listening to the show that's dedicated to reminding you that new metal is real rock and roll. This is the Roger Radio Show. I am your host, Roger Radio.
I'm Aegis Don Levity of the Interrobang group.
And I'm G-Money.
You guys ready to do this?
Hell yeah.
Been down. I've been wanting to make this video for a while now.
Yeah, well...
So we just finally got the date coordinated where we were able to record it.
Yep, that we do. Today's video is unofficially sponsored by
Voodoo Ranger. Happy Yay!
Oh, that reminds me. They made a new commercial.
They did?
Yeah, I gotta show you. They actually kind of got what the fuck the word? Slogan? Catchphrase. Their catchphrase is almost like yours. I kid you not, dude. I was like, I saved it. I gotta
maybe
this.
You know what we should do? We should actually make a meme with that and put it on your channel.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, guys, cheers.
Cheers, brother.
I'll cheers with you guys in a second. Mine's getting cold.
He likes his beer icy cold.
I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. So, before we get started with today... Huh?
Before we get started, here's a picture of Donald Trump eating pizza, but he has like tiny little baby hands.
It's
Oh,
too
it's not
blurry
showing
as fuck.
Whatever.
It's not gonna.
It's too blurry, dude. Look at me, dude. I look like fucking Casper the Friendly Ghost, but he really let himself go growing all this hair out. Well, today's episode is obviously my sweater kind of gives it away, as you can tell. It's about new metal. And that being said, before we get into that topic, our question of the podcast is, who is your most favorite new metal band?
System of a Down.
Wake up!
Makeup. Hendrix is defeated with a shake-up. Why does he up on the table?
You want to? That is my alarm that I wake up to. How about you, G-Money?
That's-
Who's your favorite?
You know, I actually found this out the other day. I should have known this. My favorite new metal band is Hollywood Undead. And I didn't know that they were really new metal. I thought they were more on the rock side. Yeah, right. I looked it up. Yeah, they are new metal.
Are you fucking serious? Dude, Hollywood Undead's among my top favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, I told Nick this the other day when I was looking up, doing some research, that I found out that they were part of.
I've been listening to them since they came into the spotlight, and I never in a million fucking years knew that.
Oh, I didn't. I thought they were more on the hard rock, but that's another thing about new metal is genrefied it as it's more of like metal, but it's like, or it's more of like rock, but it's like hard rock with like rappy lyrics in a way.
Yeah.
So they definitely fit the criteria. I think that they're one of the best new metal bands out there. Their Swan Song album, legendary, will go down as their best album ever, for sure.
I think, honestly, for me, and right before we get into all this here, have you ever listened to their album 5?
Yes, I've listened to every single album there.
Dude, that album, like when I went to do my college bowl game at Masabi Range in 2017, 5 was my whole soundtrack for that trip.
You know, I liked 5. I just thought by then that they were a little bit old, like they weren't in their style anymore. I kind of fell out after them once 5 came out, but it was still a decent album. I think Hollywood Bleeding is, I think that's what it's called, or it's just called Bleeding. It's one of them. Is their best track off that album.
They decided to have their own album called Hotel California, but with a K. And that was their recent one that came out in 2022.
So before we go on about everything, should we tell the audience what new metal is?
Yeah, but before we do that, my favorite new metal band?
Korn.
Jonathan Davis, man, he's my jam. He's my dog, my brother, my beep.
See, I love System of a Down, and the lead singer in the band, Serge Tankian.
Yeah.
My favorite vocalist of all time.
Absolutely. He is really good, man. Like, I've listened to Chop Suey. I know Ariel's, what was that other one? I have 3 of their songs from the Toxicity album. Oh!
See,
I just
listen to
fucking said the name of the third song. God damn it. I completely forgot about that.
no, so like at work, like I work 5 days a week,
Yeah.
One day I listen to the Deer Hunter. I listen to all of their acts, every single song. One day I listen to System of a Down, and I listen to every single fucking song they made.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Okay,
So you know
so
you like the band.
Yeah.
yeah. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you're all asking, what is new metal? Well, we are here to answer that. So, new metal is a subgenre of alternative metal that combines elements of heavy metal music with elements of other music genres such as hip
Such
hop,
as hip hop.
funk, industrial, and grunge. Oh, I didn't know grunge was a inspiration for new metal.
Yeah, that's why I mean it's hard to me to believe that Slipknot is technically considered new metal too.
Yeah, and I like
Which
Slipknot, dude. I push my fingers into my eyes.
yeah, I like Slipknot, but it's hard for me to believe that they're classified as new metal just because of how grunge and dark their music is.
Yeah.
But I like Slipknot. I was actually going to talk about them as one of the bands that I was found surprisingly under this genre.
Yeah, and there's a whole lot of them that I'm sure we're gonna get into. Like there's so many of them. You can say okay. So continuing on, I meant, and they vocal styles are often rhythmic and influenced by hip hop and included singing, rapping, screaming, and sometimes growling, which I could honestly see. Cause
Yeah.
I could like hear that in Slipknot's voices.
Yep, for sure.
And then
That's
there's
what I like about new metal is it's a combination of a lot of different things that
yeah.
its variety is very big, and the bands that are under new metal are a lot of really iconic popular bands.
Oh yeah, a lot of really good stuff. I mean, even some of these popular bands in the like, there were bands like Pantera, Helmet, and Faith No More who were influential in the development of new metal with their groove metal and alternative metal styles. Korn is often credited as pioneering the subgenre in the mid 1990s with their self-titled debut album, which I could honestly see.
Yeah, I told Nick this. Korn and System of a Down literally came out back to back with each other. Like I think uh Korn came out literally a year earlier. But I told Nick this that without Korn, new metal wouldn't really be a thing. Like there would be other bands that would probably have influenced it, like System of a Down too. But
Yeah.
Korn heavily influenced the way that new metal became a thing. So I watched something on it that Korn definitely has to get its credit where credit is due.
Oh yeah.
About it. So good to them.
Yeah, it's really good for them, man. So even then, in addition to them, there were in addition to Slipknot and Korn, there was also Limp Bizkit
Just about to say that.
with the one and only fucking Fred Durst. And if you and I'm just saying this off topic, if you would have watched Woodstock 1999, Limp Bizkit was the reason why that concert went down in infamy. Because during their song "Give Me Something to Break," Fred Durst kept encouraging everyone, get rowdy, start fucking shit up. And what happened? They fucking went holy hell on the place. And this was supposed to be celebrating 30 years of one of the greatest concerts in music history in Woodstock.
Woodstock 99 was foreverly iconic. I remember, I don't remember, but I remember looking up a video and watching Fred Durst, his performance, and everybody there. It was insane how big it was.
Yeah. So obviously, we all know that new metal, its origins were around the mid 1990s. It continued its popularity through the early 2000s with bands like Papa Roach, Stained, and POD, and all selling multi-platinum albums. Now, I'm a Papa Roach guy. I'm a Stained fan. I listened to a little bit of POD. Like, I only know two of their songs. Alive is one of them, and then Youth of a Nation. But the popularity of new metal reached its all-time peak with none other than Linkin Park.
Yeah. I think, and kind of, died the day that he did too, unfortunately. Not really, but once
Yeah,
Linkin Park, left this world, a lot of
Yeah.
Chester
you know,
Bennington.
Like
Yeah,
you don't get much
yeah,
more new metal anymore.
you really don't.
yeah. It's the one thing. It's like we're gonna have to do a video about this someday. It's like why are certain music genres only good during this certain time, but then they just seem to die out afterwards? We might have to do something about that.
Yeah.
Um, it's like that just made me think of another band, growing up. You ever listen to the band Evanescence?
Yes, bring me to
Bring
life,
me
dude.
back to life.
Yeah,
Bring me
dude,
back.
dude, I swear to God, dude, I used to listen to that song a whole lot, but everyone had to fucking use it in like how many memes and YouTube poops, and that fucking ruined it for me. There
Yeah,
was like, there was a meme that I found of, it was from the Shadow the Hedgehog video game from 2004, and they decided to splice in Bring Me to Life in that, like as a
Yeah.
fucking emo reference.
that's funny.
Yeah, it is, yeah. All right, so, just trying to look at this right here. Oh yeah, but however, the oversaturation of bands combined with the underperformance of several high-profile releases led to the subgenre's decline, leading to the rise of metalcore.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. And there were many new metal bands who disbanded or abandoned their established sound in favor of the other genres.
That's kind of sad.
It is, man. The 2010s brought a new metal revival, many bands that combined it with other genres, for example, metalcore and deathcore, emerged, and some new metal bands from the 1990s and early 2000s returned to the new metal sound. Of all the bands, I don't think Core never really changed their stuff, or Slipknot, did they? And they're still
No,
active today.
yeah, Slipknot's kept, besides losing most of their band members, they've kept their music the same.
Yeah. Well, Linkin Park, I can hear that. I can really tell that some of their music did change, especially like around what was it after their album Minutes After Midnight or something like that. You could tell there was a kind of a change.
I thought there was a kind of a change after their I forgot the album name, but the one with Numb on it, and
Yeah,
uh I want to say it's Breaking Point. I think it's
yeah,
what it's called. I could be wrong, but that was one of their best albums. And after that, they stayed the same, but they changed their style just a little bit.
yeah. I'm just taking a look. Oh, Meteora.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah,
I don't know why I
I
thought it
get.
was called Breaking Point. Weird.
Yeah, I could hear a little bit of new metal reference, a little bit of new metal like in that for some songs, but I thought for Minutes to Midnight they really fully changed.
I mean, they fully changed on their last album. Granted, that was a few months before Chester Bennington passed away, but their
Yeah.
last album, One More Light, I'm pretty sure was what the album was called too.
So
Uh,
no, yeah, I was gonna say a little bit off topic about that, man. Do you know? Let me ask you this: what was the day that Chester Bennington passed away?
I want to say it was like August 15th, wasn't it?
Yeah. Do you know? Do you want to know what was going on that same day?
What was going on?
That would have been Chris Cornell's birthday that day.
I don't know who that is.
He was the lead singer for Soundgarden.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, and both Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington were actually really close friends.
oh, damn.
Yeah,
That's ironic.
yeah, and Chris Cornell, God rest his soul, man, he ended up dying like, yeah, he ended up taking his own life about 3 months before Chester Bennington did.
Yeah, dude, freaking. I'll never forget when, going on Linkin Park real quick before we get back on
Yeah,
topic. You know that his song "One More Light" is his suicide song, right?
that's what I ended up realizing, dude.
Yeah. I remember. I'll never forget the first time I heard that song, and dude, like, I get goosebumps just talking about it. Dude, if you ever want to know what a cry for help is like, that song is by far the most. You can just hear him calling, and nobody's
Yeah.
answering, and then he ends his life a little bit months later, or a few months later, and then you go back to that song and you're like, man, this is really him saying goodbye. Even his band members, when they recorded it, they said this in an interview. They're like, we didn't know that
Yeah.
was going to be his last song. We just thought he was going in there to make another song.
Yeah, Mike Shinoda, I know was gave a couple interviews like right after all that. And he's like, we did not even think or know that it would be actually like a suicide note in song
That-
form.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You never know who's hurting behind their smile, you know?
Exactly, especially when he's been dealing with substance abuse and like every other personal issue throughout. Like, who knows how long it could have gone for? Maybe it's been going on since a hybrid theory. Maybe it's been going on
Yeah.
his whole life.
Some things you just can't escape from. Unfortunately, I wish he was still here, but God rest his soul.
Yeah, yeah, and I've listened to a bit of their album, their newest album that they released this past November, dude, and it just doesn't feel the same, But
Is that did they release an album with the girl?
yeah, and
Ugh.
it was the same gal who was defending Dan Masterson, who is now serving life in prison for fucking sex abuse.
Oh,
Yeah, the guy
that's
from
an
that
L.
70s show, I believe is what the show was.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Dude. I know exactly who you're talking about. I actually really liked him as an actor before all that went down.
Yeah, and and the one thing is that this was a rule that I made for myself, like whenever I go on my radio shows, is like, if there's anyone in like any band or like any musician that's going through like any scandals or controversies, best not to play them for at least a while. But depending on the severity of it, like what for example, what P. Diddy is going through right now, never again. Heck, even today, dude, I'm still hesitant to play anything from the album From Zero, man. And I thought that,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, and I've heard some of their music. I think it's rather good, man, but it just doesn't have that same touch that Chester had.
I agree. I just don't like the girl's voice. The difference between the girl and Chester is Chester sang with emotion. She just screams, and she doesn't
Yeah.
even do it in key. It's her. I do not like her voice. I genuinely don't.
I'm just trying to see. I gotta remember what the name of that band was that she was the lead singer from. If I can find it quick.
Oh, she was a singer of a band before this.
Yeah.
How the hell did she get another job?
Oh, she was the co-founder of a band called Dead Sarah.
Oh, interesting.
I've never heard of this band, honestly, but maybe I might have to check it out, see what it even is all about. So, but all right. That being said, man, I know there was a while back that you were talking to us about something about the question: is new metal really metal?
It is.
Oh,
It
hands
definitely
down.
is.
If you ain't headbanging or like literally headbanging to any new metal, I just can't. Not in general. I just can't listen to music with you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just with the vocal chords, the guitar chords, everything that it aligns with, I definitely will go to my grave saying that new metal is a real type of metal.
Yeah.
All the bands that are under it, all the legendary bands from the 2000s and 90s. You just can't go wrong. If you're going to say new metal's not metal, then you're going to have to say a bunch of legendary bands aren't real bands. And that it just ain't the case.
Right.
Yeah, like most of System of a Down songs are new metal. There are some songs you could make an argument like this one in particular isn't metal. But
Yeah.
most of their work is new metal.
Yeah.
And I would consider those works metal. Especially like especially like BYOB,
Yeah.
shit like that. Those
BYOB.
are
Those are
undebatably
favorites,
metal.
so. Oh my gosh, you didn't mention your band yet,
Yeah,
Roger.
I did. I said corn.
No, what about Rage Against the Machine?
Oh yeah, Rage Against the Machine obviously is another good band,
Gotta bring them into the mix.
Yeah, I mean,
Also-
dude, what's there to say about Rage Against the Machine, man? I mean, Yeah, you can hear it in like Tom Morello's guitar playing and
Yes.
Tim Comerford's bass, man. You can tell that is straight up a fucking new metal sound right there.
Another underrated new metal band that's old, Disturbed. When I was a kid, man.
Yes, dude.
Oh, what?
There was a meme that I found, and this is from the song "Down with the Sickness," dude. Somebody just pulled up a fucking Yoda puppet, and it's
There's this video. All right, it's this dude doing a karaoke of "Down with Sickness."
yeah.
Is like dun 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 dun. Ooh wah ah ah.
It's so funny.
Could you grab me another beer while you're over there, please?
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Oh, so it's okay for you guys to have another beer, but not me. That's fine. I'm just kidding, dude. Oh, yeah. Here's another.
Come up here if you want another beer, dude.
Yeah, I might have to do that at
No.
half. I might have to do it during halftime,
God.
dude. I'm still finishing this right now, so.
I think this was yours.
Oh yeah, G Money. Yeah,
Yo.
you know who Primus is?
Yeah,
Um,
it's definitely yours.
I think I've heard of them.
They are also considered part of new metal.
Really?
Yeah.
That is fascinating.
Oh my god, dude. What is there to say about them? I think they're kind of like the Tenacious D of new metal, honestly.
Oh,
Like-
also sorry, go ahead.
No, you go ahead, man.
Oh, I was gonna say, gotta show love to Godsmack as well. Since Maria was playing it the other day. I don't listen to them a whole lot, but Godsmack is also a good band as well. So
Yeah,
tell me they're not new metal, or tell me that they're not somewhat metal. Come on.
Oh, dude, they're
Yeah,
new metal. They're also considered as post grunge too.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
when I was a kid, we had this game. We always just called it the bike game.
Yeah.
Because that's what it was. But it was like Dave Mirra BMX 2, something like that. And one of the songs was from Godsmack. I can't remember which song it was, but they had a Godsmack song on there. And my sister came over and she played it the other day. I was like, hey, this is from the bike game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
I was gonna say their lead guitarist and drummer just retired from the band completely now.
Aw.
Yep.
R.I.P. Well, the band was.
all right, y'all keep talking. I gotta go take a piss.
No, yeah, you go ahead, man.
Roger, real quick. When you edit this video, dude, you gotta try to find the meme. It's so funny, dude. It's so funny.
I'll send you a link to it, dude. I'll send you a link.
He's gonna send you a link, bro. It would be so funny if you put it in here.
Yeah, I would, dude. I'm not sure if I would get copyright claimed for it, but I think if it's as long as it's only for a couple seconds, it should be fine, maybe.
Nick says you wouldn't get copyright claim for it. I don't know why, but
yeah, well, you know how fucking sensitive this stupid ass website is, dude. Like, fuck copyright, dude. Heck,
I
dude,
mean, as long as you if you brought it up, you know how you do it with the other videos, you do the shaking.
Yeah.
If you brought it up and did a little shake or whatever, I don't think they can copyright that because you're still technically changing the sound.
Yeah, or the screen of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people where they would flip the fucking picture or whatever, or they would shorten it or whatever.
Yeah. Dude, going back on the game, because Nick was thinking about the game,
yeah,
a lot of my music inspiration, some more or less hard rock, but for new metal. Did you ever play the game? Did you ever play the game Tony Hawk's Underground Skate Park 2?
Who did not play that game growing up?
Or I know there was multiple ones, but that one with the orange cover and specifically on GameCube had so much new metal in it that I guarantee there was probably most of these bands in that that soundtrack.
I'll tell you one thing. Here's another band that I do listen to a lot of who's also on here. Seether.
Seether's a great band.
I've never even heard of Seether. Like most of these bands I haven't listened to, but I've heard of, but I've never heard of Seether.
You gotta listen to the song Fine Again. And
dude,
I'm fine again.
Yeah, that is such a good song right there, man. Without a doubt, dude. Dude, that was on my Madden NFL 2003 video game.
Speaking of games, That song, "Fine Again" by Seether. Have you ever heard of the game Avalanche 1080? It's a snowboarding game.
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've never played it, but I've heard of it.
So at the very end, here's at the very end, the last mission is called No Way Out, and you have to go all the way down an avalanche, and then you jump on to a helicopter at the very end. At the very end, it stops in slow motion, and then as you're landing in the helicopter, "Fine Again" comes on. And you drive away in the sunset to the song "Fine Again." I'm like, yes. Dude, I was 5 years old banging that song, dude.
Dude, I've never in my entire life fucking would think that they would do that for an ending of like anything with "Fine Again" by Seether.
Dude, it's the perfect ending because you're in the helicopter just slowly going away, getting smaller, and "Fine Again's on. You're just banging it as the credits come on.
Right? Oh,
here's a great game, great song.
Yeah. Oh shit, I was just looking right now. Stained obviously is another one, dude, and we all know who Stained is.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've gone and fucked this up.
Another criminally, and I just looked this up. Criminally underrated new metal band, Finger 11.
Yep, I know Finger 11 very well, man.
Not only did they make the song Paralyzer, but I mean, you watched WWE a little bit, I think.
Oh, yeah.
They did Kane's Slow Chemical song, his most famous song, Finger 11.
Oh, yeah? I know. I didn't even know that, honestly. That's like when I told you a while back, dude, is that Disturbed did the second version of Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme song, and this was around when they made their debut album.
No way, dude. I don't even think I never have known that.
Yeah.
I actually want to see which one because I like some different versions of Stone Cold's music. I like his O2 music the best, but
yeah. I'm just quickly looking it up right now. I'll send a link to him so that you can give it a listen.
They must have made I'm gonna see when they debuted because they must have made his music in like 98.
I don't know if it was the first version that they did, but I know they made the second version when they officially debuted or when they released their first album.
Yeah, they debuted
the second version came like in 2000.
Yeah, they debuted in 94, so they probably did that soundtrack in like 98 because Stone Cold had a couple different soundtracks before he stuck with his original or his main one in like I think it was 2000, 2001.
Yeah, well, around that time they were still trying to figure out what to do with him. And then when he won King of the Ring and he gave the famous Austin 316 line, dude, that's when he got made.
Says, "I just whooped your ass."
Yeah, that would be like me if I said Roger Force 12 said, "I just fucked your ass."
Oh, God.
Incubus is another band that's part of new metal.
That's good band.
Yeah, I did not even know that they were part of that. I thought they were just part of the alternative rock scene, honestly. They sound alt. Yeah, they're alternative rock and funk metal. I didn't know that it was new metal, too.
I didn't even know funk metal's a type of metal.
Yep,
yeah,
it is.
That's what I found. That's what I found there. Oh, you know who Earshot is, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah. Look up the song "Wait" by Earshot. That's from another one of my Madden NFL games, Madden 2005. Widely, without doubt, the greatest Madden NFL soundtrack ever is 2005.
All right, I sent you a bad karaoke of fucking Down with the Sickness to you.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it when I can. I don't want to play it on here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what song I know by Incubus. I think I only know one song, but I think it's a popular song.
Was it
I really
Drive?
Can't think of it.
Was it Drive?
No, I really don't know. I wonder if I'm even going to remember the name of the song.
Yeah,
I know I have listened to them before though.
We got Old Drowning Pool. Let the bodies.
You know, gotta give Saliva and Sick Puppies their credit as well.
Oh, Saliva, without a doubt, dude. You know
I love
that,
Saliva, dude. I'm turning off my heat over here. I'm listening.
the only reason that I even knew who Saliva was because of Josie Scott, and he collabed with Chad Kroger on the song Hero.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. It was on the Spider-Man, on the first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man soundtrack.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude, that was like the first ever music video that I've watched too. And there's a reason that that song is among my top 10 favorites of all time, dude.
Now that's gnarly.
Yeah. Oh, Breaking
Recognize this
Benjamin, dude. We got another good one in Breaking
I don't
Benjamin.
think they're new metal though.
That's what it says right here, dude.
No way. Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah. Or they're probably more like the post-grunge sound or something like that. I don't think they're fully new metal, but their name just popped up on here.
Yeah, I would consider them more heavy rock. They remind me of 3 Days Grace, so I wouldn't consider them, like,
yeah.
But I was gonna say, I'm not gonna say that they're my favorite new metal band, but Breaking Benjamin is one of my top 5 favorite bands.
No fucking way. Alien Ant Farm's considered new metal?
Yeah, I was just looking at them.
Motherfucker, I didn't even know that. I like Alien Ant Farm.
I don't even know. I've heard their name, haven't heard any of their music, but
yeah, the only reason they have a song I can't remember that was on the Spider-Man soundtrack for the first one. They did a cover of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, and they have a song that's on the Man NFL 2004 game.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they're like one of those bands like them oddities that release an album every decade or something like that, like one album per decade.
Dude, did you know Hoobastank is new metal? What?
No way. Let me look.
Found a reason for me.
Dude, I don't see that, dude. Dude, same direction, dude. Another good song from my favorite Man NFL soundtrack, 2005, right there.
What, The Reason?
No, it's Same Direction's what it's called. And they also and Hoobastank also has a song called Did You that was on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 soundtrack.
That's cool.
Dude, dude, the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man soundtracks are probably the best ever.
I guess. So is
apparently Rob Zombie is new metal too, but I don't know if I buy that.
And so is Kid Rock.
Dude,
what?
Dude, I already knew Rob Zombie was kind of that, but I didn't know how much new metal he was. But I know he was it. For some reason I would consider his music like a metalcore or whatever. Honestly,
Yeah, that makes sense.
It has that same sound that would be like for if you're watching it, like, he directs his own movies, and obviously he makes the music for it too.
All right, so can I talk about System of a Down for a bit now?
By all means.
Yeah.
All right, so it's an Armenian new metal band. Like all of the band members are Armenian.
Yeah.
And
what, is that from Armenia?
Yes.
Okay.
That's cool.
And a lot of their lyrics are really oblique. It's a type of movement called Dadaist. Because like Dadaist lyrics are usually very oblique and hard to understand, but they have very deep meaning behind them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the music is new metal, but they mix in like some very traditional like Armenian music with it. It's really fucking cool. Like first they released their self-titled album, is System of a Down.
Yeah.
And then they released Toxicity.
Great album.
Dude, that was their magnum opus in my opinion, is Toxicity. I love the album cover for it, dude. It's almost like they took the Hollywood side, but they just replaced it with System of a Down.
Yep.
Yeah, and then after that, they released fucking Steal This Album. Because like what happened was they released Toxicity, and there were some tracks that were supposed to be on it that never got released. And then they got leaked online, so people were stealing the songs from the next album. Wow. So they named that next album Steal This Album.
Dude, that's cool. I mentioned in one of our last podcasts that it was among my favorite album covers.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably
And-
one of my favorite album names.
And then they released Hypnotize and Mesmerize, which
Yeah.
let's see. One of those albums was more alternative metal than new metal, but most of their music is very new metal.
Yeah.
And I do actually have Mesmerize and Hypnotize on CD. The cool thing about them, you get the CDs separate, and then you can actually connect them and turn it into one big CD. It's pretty cool.
That's sick.
Honestly, y'all talk about whatever you want. I'm gonna go dig that out of my DVD collection. CD
Yeah, you go
collection
right ahead,
now.
man.
Fun fact about System of a Down.
Yeah.
It's not going to show up. I'm not even going to try.
Yeah,
number
dude,
two
your show was too bright, man. So
Yeah, I know. System of Down's number 2 most popular artist in new metal.
Oh yeah?
Yes, sir. You
That's
obviously know
actually
who one
pretty
is.
cool, man.
You know who one is?
Who?
Linkin Park.
Oh,
Actually-
obviously. How would you
But-
not rank him at number 1?
Dude, they're ranked number 1 double. Like they have double the listeners than System of a Down does.
Right?
Which is crazy. I mean, it's not really crazy, but I really feel like Linkin Park does not get enough love. Like when people think of Linkin, like I met people who don't like Linkin Park, like who I can't listen to that kind of music or blah blah blah. I'm just like, you don't know legendary music.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say, if that was me, dude, I would have slapped the hell out of him and said, "You don't know fucking real music, man."
That's what I'm saying, dude. I know people who say Linkin Park's overrated
Right.
too. I'm like,
I
So-
know that. Hang on.
Hit-
Oh,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. Oh no,
Yeah,
you
so
can tell.
this is Hypnotize, and this is Mesmerize.
Oh,
and they're
that's
both
a
like-
whole album.
They
That's
they
a whole
connect
fucking
together
album.
as one
whoa, oh shit,
big
Dude.
album.
Oh, wait, where are the discs?
I have my discs separate. I have all my like cases and shit in a box, and then I have all of my actual CDs in like a
CD folder.
case. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like a CD folder or a CD case, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I
No,
was
you
gonna
buy
say-
these separate, and then they connect together, and they form this fucking thing, which is really cool.
I've never seen an album.
You
like
know,
that. That was
I
sick.
honestly thought that would be like a 10-year anniversary, like collector's edition there. You know,
That's just how they released this album.
that is still fucking cool, though. That's still cool as
Oh
hell.
yeah.
So yeah, I was gonna say like, yo, Linkin Park, dude, like 2007, 2008 era, in my opinion, was probably their biggest,
Yes.
probably their greatest era because Minutes to Midnight was among the fucking soundtracks for my 8th grade year in high school, and then you got What I've Done, which was on Minutes to Midnight, but it was
Yes.
also on the soundtrack for the
Transformers.
Transformers. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I was like, what? What?
that has one of the most meme endings to a movie ever. What I've done,
What?
directed by.
What the fuck, bro?
Um,
Oh, Shinedown is another new metal band. Or
I know Shinedown.
yeah, or yeah, they're more like in the hard rock, alternative metal, post grunge stuff. But I could see it like they probably got influenced a little bit, honestly, but it is what it is, kind of thing.
Going back to Linkin Park and what you said about that their best year. Yeah, their
I
album that
feel-
you mentioned.
Yeah, Minutes
ahead.
to Midnight.
Yeah, no, the album that you told me about that I couldn't remember the name. I think it was like Medico or something.
Yeah, Meteora or Meteora or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
yeah, that one. That, in my opinion, that is their best peak album. Like Linkin Park, right there, were unstoppable. They had Breaking the Habit too. Freaking
Oh,
love
yeah.
that song. Obviously Numb. What I've Done. They
Oh
had.
no, What I've Done was on Minutes to Midnight.
Oh yeah, you're right. So was Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the song. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I think it starts with a P. Nope, that's also on a different album. I think that's on their debut album.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm looking at the playlist, the track list. Breaking the Habit is another one. Yeah, Breaking the Habit, like you said, Somewhere I Belong's my most favorite Linkin Park song.
That is also a song I was trying to think of, and I cannot remember the track like list and the names.
Yeah. I know, like, have you took a look at like the 20th anniversary editions for Hybrid Theory and the Meteora?
I have not.
They include like one song from each of them that were never released tracks.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so they kind of like at least like kind of supplied us with like some never before released material or something like that, and it was like, dude, Chester Bennington had so much fucking potential ahead of him. He was like only 40-something years old, like 41. For
I know,
Christ's
dude.
sakes.
I know. I wonder if they were still around today. If like, I wonder going back on if their music would change. I wonder what they'd sound like today because when, like I said, their last album was their most changed album and it was their most emotional album. That I wonder where they would have went to based off of that.
Yeah,
we would have never had One More Light though. That's the thing, and that is as sad as it is. That's it's forever going to be one of their most popular songs because of the impact that it had.
Yeah,
like the story and what it's a true thing, you know.
Yeah, I would take this back to like The Dark Knight, like when Heath Ledger died 7 months before The Dark Knight premiered in theaters. Imagine if Chester Bennington died right before they released the album.
That would be, I mean, either I think it would still be the same effect because they released the album and shortly after he died.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I know that when One More Light came out, dude, it came out on May 19th, 2017. And then,
thank you. I was just about to look that up. And then he died like August 15th.
Yeah, it says 2 months later. Let me take a look quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna see when he died. Yeah, I know
July 20th.
Oh, it was July.
Yep.
Damn, he died almost a month exactly after the album came out.
Yeah.
A month and 1 day.
Dude, you know,
No,
I'll
2
tell you
months.
this right now, dude. I get goosebumps every time I hear the song Good Goodbye in particular. You know why? Because, so I was, at that time, I was graduating from college, getting my 2-year degree at Mesabi Range, and they gave us an option to, like, if we wanted to play a song as they were announcing our names, and I chose Good Goodbye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't understand, like, the full meaning of it, but the lyrics, like, so say goodbye. You know, because, you know, like, after I leave college, or that college, I wouldn't go back or never go back. I still, to this day, have not stepped 1 foot in my college since.
I mean,
and that was 7 years
ago.
ago.
I don't blame you. Just because Mesabi is Mesabi.
Oh, no, it was nothing like that, dude. I had a really good time, you know, but it was like, it was like one of them legendary, like, statures or whatnot at the time. And so it's like, hey, time there was short, but the legend lives on kind of thing.
On God, the time was short, but the memories live on.
Exactly, man. And I'm telling you, dude, you fucking look at my memorabilia, you'd have no idea. Okay, so obviously we gotta talk about Limp Bizkit and that fucking prick who's the lead singer for them.
You go first. I'll mention a fun fact about that. I told Nick about this the other day. Yeah.
Okay, so it was I think the 2000 Grammys or around.
It's all right.
I'm sorry, I just laughed at that. It's fine. But it was like around the 2000 Grammys or MTV Awards or whatever. Limp Bizkit ended up beating Rage Against the Machine. And for like, I think it was Album of the Year or something like that, or whatever it was. And Tim Comerford decided to climb up into the scaffolding and sit up there as a protest, saying, we should have fucking won. Fuck you guys. Rage should have won.
Real quick. When you're editing this, can you edit out when I say his real name? Because I accidentally said his real name.
No, he's just going to upload it as it is.
Oh.
So you might as well just keep it closed or whatever.
No, going back to Limp Bizkit, I can see them retaliating that way. 2 fun facts. One, the song "Rollin'," was one of Undertaker's theme songs when he's the American Badass.
Yeah, but he was the American Badass, man.
Yep, and then also that same song Did you know that I think it was about few months before the Twin Towers came down, they
Oh
recorded
yeah,
rolling on top of the Twin Towers. And
yeah.
after that, they dropped the video and then 9/11 happened. But ever since then, pretty sure that it's not uploaded on YouTube anymore. But Fred Durst even said they had to stop showing that music video. Everything they only could play the audio of that song because after what happened, nobody wanted to see them on top of the Twin Towers. Like
Oh,
people
dude,
were
I don't
hating on
blame
them
them.
that they were on the Twin Towers when obviously it wasn't their fault. But the music video, I'm pretty sure it's either it cut them out on the towers completely or they removed it down. It's one of the two. I can't remember.
Yeah, I know that in the future, Aegis and I are going to be doing a podcast talking about albums or songs that apparently predicted 9/11. I'm not sure if you'd want to join in on
Ooh.
that.
David Bowie's Sunday and Heathen. Both.
Yeah, you said
From
something
his
about
album
that.
Heathen.
Yeah, I know that Wilco, who is like an indie rock band out of Chicago, who headlined Riverfest a few years ago, like one of the first Riverfest. They had an album that was called Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, and it shows a picture of the Mariana City complex, which are kind of like the equivalent of the Twin Towers in Chicago. And that album was supposed to actually be released on September 11th.
Oh,
Fuck.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
that is some wild shit.
Yeah, but the problem was, yeah, the thing was that they had to delay it. It wasn't because of that. All their music was already made way before 9/11 happened, but they were having issues with their studio or record label at the time, so they decided to break sever ties with them and then release it on their own, and they would eventually release it in April of the next year.
Got you.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yep, bro, that's for sure.
Let's see, is there any other bands that I could talk
System
about?
of a Down.
You can keep talking about it if you want.
Yeah. What, you got any more info for us about System of a Down?
Well, their lead singer, Serge Tankian, is, in my opinion, the best vocalist I've ever heard in my life. Because, like, when it comes to being a vocalist, it's good to have a good range, but that's not the most important thing. Serge Tankian has an incredible vocal range. But
Yeah.
once again, just because you have an incredible vocal range doesn't mean you're a good singer. What it
Yeah.
comes down to is technique. Technique is very important as a vocalist, and he has not only does he have a great vocal range, but he has incredible technique as a vocalist. And
Oh,
also
yeah.
he's really good at like screaming and growling and shit.
Yeah. Which is what New Mel asks for, is like if you could do the screaming and growling kind of thing, you know.
Yes.
Those are
Yes.
like the main
Ooh.
secret keys that you need for that. So
Yeah,
What did you find?
another thing I really like about System of a Down is like the fucking riffs they use are fucking unique and interesting.
oh yeah, I could imagine, man. I can imagine that.
Oh, dang it.
What?
Well,
What?
I was gonna mention a band, but they're just on the edge of new metal, but they're more pop punk, emo, alternative rock. So I'm gonna mention them anyways.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the band, the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. You know,
Oh yeah, I know Red Jumpsuit Apparatus.
they're technically not new metal. I thought they were, so I looked them up. But you know,
Huh.
since they're not, won't talk about them too much. But shout out Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, great band.
Dude, they were among the bands who made I think it was my 5th grade or 6th grade year in school. Yeah, I
System
can't
of-
remember what songs though, but you know who I mean. Like,
Yes.
is it so
Sys-
amazing? Like when you hear a certain band, dude, it's just fucking nostalgic flashback.
I agreed, absolutely agree.
Yeah, no, System of a Down is like mostly new metal, but some of their music is also alternative metal.
Yeah. And I was gonna be like, yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't know that you were into like the alternative stuff. I know you're a progressive guy, but I wasn't sure how much of the other genres you were into.
Yeah. Yeah, what I'm mostly into is progressive rock and progressive metal.
Yeah. Oh, here's a.
But there are some exceptions.
Okay. Here's one band I didn't expect to be on here. Kind of. Well, they're not mostly a new metal band, but they're just like the in the heavy metal and alternative metal stuff. Five Finger Death Punch.
Yeah, I was gonna just as soon as you said five, he's gonna say Five Finger Death Punch.
Uh-huh.
If they were new metal, they're not, but I love Five Finger Death Punch. I love them.
Dude, the
Okay,
fucking version they did of Bad Company and Blue on Black, dude, I like those versions a
it's
lot more, honestly.
to,
And I'm not a fan of like covers. I'm not a fan of covers, but I thought they did good with that.
I'm a fan of
Dude,
covers if the cover is good. Like if the cover is better than the original, I'm taking the cover.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
a lot of
like
David.
for example, dude, you have Aerosmith that covered the Beatles' "Come Together," dude, but I did not like that at all. I
A lot of
preferred the
David
Beatles
Bowie's
version
covers
more.
were really good. Like he did a cover of the Pixies' "Cactus," which was really good,
Oh
and
yeah,
he did a cover of Pablo Picasso. Those two are probably his best covers. They're really good.
that's awesome.
What I was gonna say is how how is Slipknot considered a new metal, but Five Finger Death Punch isn't? I know that they're different, but like
I
I
think it.
feel like that their music is almost related, like the
Yeah, I was
same.
gonna say, do you think it would have to depend on the overall sound? Because I know that Five Finger Death Punch, theirs is a little bit more heavier, whereas with Slipknot, you can hear a little bit of that post grungy like sound into it, but you don't with Five Finger Death Punch.
Well, yeah, I guess would no. Well, Five Finger Death Punch, would that be death metal or
I
metalcore?
I would consider them as part of that. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. You think Slipknot is, or do you think Five Finger Death Punch is harder on their vocals and riffs than Slipknot is?
I for well, let me put it to you this way, man. Yeah, like for some reason, like with Slipknot's music, dude, you could hear like how the quality sounds and whatnot, a little scratchy like, and Five Finger Death Punch isn't scratchy like sounding.
Yeah, yeah, very, very much true.
That's
You know
how
who
I would describe
you
it.
know
You
who put
know,
me on
it's a
Five
little tough
Finger
to
Death Punch?
explain. You
Oh,
know.
Brent. Brent used to listen to
Brent
it.
Baker.
Yeah, we used to listen to him a lot when we were in middle school.
Oh, obviously, Rage Against the Machine. Or did we already talk about him?
I brought it up
Pretty
just
sure
because
we did.
I brought it up for you because you didn't mention him yet, and I was like, hey,
Okay, yeah, I kept forgetting, dude. I kind of spaced out a little bit, so. Ooh, Puddle of Mud is apparently new metal.
yeah, I knew that. Their song, I want to say Blurry.
Yeah, Blurry or whatever.
Yeah, Blurry. Which, in my opinion, God, that song was on the radio so much as a kid. I really don't like that song.
What about you know the song Psycho by them, right?
I don't think so.
You
I
gotta
don't
give it
listen to
a.
Puddle of Mud very much, dude. To be honest with you.
I listened to them kind of a
Sure.
little bit, but Psycho is one song that it's probably my most favorite one. I would encourage you to give it a listen if you haven't.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom, and I'll be right back. Y'all still talk.
I thought I
I'll be
ran
quick,
over
and
your
I can hear you.
foot.
Nah.
Let me, another band. I'm gonna give them. Just gonna bring them up. I don't listen to them. Oh, damn blanket stuck. Oh, fuck off, man. Deftones.
Yep,
I don't
I know
listen to them.
Deftones.
I don't listen to them, but I know that they're a popular or were a popular band back in the day. So I guess shout out to them. I'll talk more about them if I listen to them, but I know
They're
that they're
yeah.
a good band to be a part of.
Is it? Yeah, it says that their earlier era was a new metal.
Yeah, no, it is. I never really listened to them. That's the thing.
Yeah, I've heard of Deftones, but I've never listened to their music. I might have to give them a check when I can.
I will
Ooh,
listen to that.
Chevelle. You know who Chevelle is, right?
I don't, but I see. I'm looking at a list, and
You know,
geez, what is he
they're
rated
the
on
ones
here?
that have that song "Seeing Red Again." Seeing red again.
I don't think I know that one.
Eating bread again. Eating bread again.
Yeah. Slamming ketchup again. Slamming
Chasing
mustard
with some
again.
mustard.
For those who don't understand that meme, check out the Interrobang group. Watch the
Oh
mustard
my-
roulette and the ketchup roulette.
Yep.
Oh
the
my-
old roulette shit.
I got
Yeah, the
a
condiment roulette videos. Sorry,
Yeah,
I keep
no,
interrupting
totally
you.
fine, totally fine. Oh man, it says they're new metal. I would have to actually look them up. Rev Theory. I love Rev
Yep,
Theory.
Rev Theory, dude. That one song, dude, I know from them, Madden NFL 2009 soundtrack, baby.
2 songs in over from one. Hell yeah, give me a
Yep,
hell.
hell yeah
Give
is
me a
from Madden
yeah.
09.
Yep.
Hell yeah from Madden 09.
And they sing Randy Orton's theme song voices.
Are you
I have
serious?
voices in my head. Yeah, that's Rev Theory.
Dude,
Hey, I have
the
voices in my
Viper,
head.
the legend killer, the fucking Viper
The
himself.
Apex Predator.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I don't, dude. Did you ever watch that one? So I think 2009 was probably his best year, dude. My favorite rivalry was his with Triple H for when they were going to WrestleMania 25. He was at his home. Triple H breaks down the door with the sledgehammer,
the
dude.
sledgehammer. He's just
Yeah.
Randy's face is hilarious. He's
And then they get into that fight, and Randy gets thrown out the window. Oh my
I remember
god,
when
dude!
I watched that. My 9-year-old me for surely was sold that Triple H was going to prison.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's gonna kill him.
yeah.
If I'm mentioning Rev Theory though, I'm gonna give a shout out to the band Jet Black Stare.
Oh yeah,
Jet Black Stares. Their song. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting it. Oh my gosh, it was SummerSlam 2009. It was their theme song.
Oh,
my gosh, it's their most
SummerSlam, dude!
popular
Hell yeah!
song.
Oh,
This is gonna bother me.
Man.
Speaking of which, off topic, dude. Did you hear that SummerSlam 2026 is going to be in Minneapolis?
Yeah, did you know that WrestleMania next year is going to be in Minneapolis?
I might.
Guess who's
I'm wondering how many.
going?
Dude, I'm wondering how much the fucking tickets would cost. I'd give anything to go see WrestleMania, man.
Too much. Well, I'm going over to my second annual WrestleMania watch party this month, so I'm going over there. But me and my buddies, we've had it planned for 3 years to go to WrestleMania in Minneapolis. So next year, I mean, I'm paying probably at least $1,000 for a ticket, but it's worth it. Dude.
I know.
I want to see it so bad.
You? Yeah, I don't know if you watched the Raw segment or something like that, but they filmed it in Minneapolis for Raw. Yeah,
that is sick.
Yeah,
Ready to roll. Ready to roll by Jet Black Stare. That was a song. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm just taking a look at what other stuff there is right here.
Oh God, I'm trying to look at other bands that I could talk about.
Right.
Man, dude, this video's made me realize how much I really, really do like new metal.
No, dude, I think I might have to listen to a lot of fucking new metal when I go to work.
I think I'm gonna punch. I think I'm gonna throat punch somebody that decides to tell me that they either don't like new metal or say that new metal's not a real type of genre or is metal.
Oh, here's one. Do you know who?
Undebatably, it is a classification of metal.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know who the band Audio Vent is?
No.
I've never heard of them.
They were okay. So let me put it to you this way: this was a band that only made one album, and this album had a song there called "The Energy" that was, of course, on Madden NFL. So that's how I know who they are. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of fucking bands that I'm now realizing that were on my fucking Madden NFL video games, dude.
Yeah, back when Madden actually made good soundtracks.
Yeah, dude. Why do you think the majority of my music that I have downloaded is from there?
Now their music on Madden is just fucking garbage shit today.
Right? Dude, they don't fucking understand good music these days. That's the worst part.
Yup.
Ooh, here's another band, Filter.
Never heard of them.
I haven't either.
They're the ones that had that song, no, will you take my picture? Cause I won't remember. But that was like the only song that wasn't really hardcore, but they're another one that I would recommend you check out. It ain't for everyone. There's only like 2 songs that I have from them that I like.
He said it ain't for everybody. He's being honest.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm gonna hold on. Gotta look up this band.
Yeah, you go ahead, man.
Because if Finger 11 is, I'm gonna scoot over, get in the camera. If Finger 11 is technically new metal, then if this band's not new metal, I'll be surprised. Oh, yes, they are. Trapped. Headstrong.
Trapped. Yep.
By Trapped. I was just gonna say, they are new metal. They're also grunge, alternative metal, and hard rock. But Trapped, along with Finger 11, when Paralyzer and Headstrong came on, it was over worth.
Dude, Headstrong, dude. Every time we were getting ready for high school football games, dude, that would be among the songs that we would play for our warm-ups.
And guess where it came from?
Who?
Madden. No, I forgot. But Madden, it was on like Madden 06, I think.
Oh yeah.
It might have been on 05 too, because it came out like 05. I was listening to that song when I was second grade.
I think it was just only on Madden 06. I don't remember hearing Trapped on Madden 05, dude, but
no, I was just giving Trapped is in some Madden, but I was saying it's got to be in like the earlier Maddens, like 06, 05, 04.
I would say somewhere between 06 and 08, because I know I didn't hear any Trapped on fucking Madden 09. So.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even think Trapped was on 07. It was definitely between 04 and 06.
Yeah. One band that I would recommend that you guys look at, and I only found them because of Madden 09, Airborne.
Wait, the band or song?
The band. But they're spelled like AIRBOURNE.
Kind of like Jason Bourne.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I've heard of them. I don't know.
They're really good, man. They're one of those hard rock bands that were inspired by AC/DC because, well, they're from Australia, so.
Oh, that's sick.
Yep. Oh, yeah, here we go. Rob Zombie's former band, White Zombie.
Oh, I was just seeing that on my list of the new metal bands. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Wait, was that before he was Rob Zombie or after or during?
He was just using the name Rob Zombie in White Zombie.
Rob
Zombie was his stage name. White Zombie was his band that he was in.
Got you. Okay. Yeah. My mom listened to a lot of Rob Zombie, so.
The only reason I know who White Zombie is because of fucking Beavis and Butthead Do America. Well, because there was like one scene where Beavis and Butthead were in the desert, right? And Beavis decides to eat a cactus that was supposed to have water in it, and he started tripping, and it turned into like what if it was like a Rob Zombie music video.
Yeah, because it turned out to be like a peyote cactus.
Yeah.
What's a coyote cactus?
Peyote.
I know, I heard you.
But I'll tell you what.
Mescaline is from peyote cacti.
I don't even know what that is.
Dude, is it like poisonous or something?
Is a hallucinogen.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Dude, I think we might have to go get some peyote cactuses then. I'm actually in the mood. But I'll tell you one thing though, dude. When it comes to fucking Rob Zombie's solo albums and White Zombie stuff, he probably comes up with some of the most unique fucking album names ever, dude. Like, look at this. His last album from 2021, The Lunar Injection Kool-Aid Eclipse Conspiracy.
What the fuck?
He must have been tripping balls when he came up with that title.
Okay, 2016, The Electric Warlock Acid Witch Satanic Orgy Celebration Dispenser.
God damn.
Fuck.
That motherfucker must have taken a lot of that peyote.
Oh, God.
Hang on. 2013, Venomous Rat Regeneration Vendor.
What the fuck?
2010, Hellbilly Deluxe 2, Noble Jackals, Penny Dreadfuls, and the Systematic Dehumanization of Cool.
Sweet crap.
This is some fucking breaks.
And look, White Zombie's discography, they don't have a lot of long ass names. It's just like Astro Creep 2000, La Sexorcisto Devil Music Volume 1, Make Them Die Slowly, and Soul Crusher. That ain't nothing, but Rob Zombie, dude. How much of that freaking peyote cactus did he take?
Oh my gosh.
He keeps dropping this fucking
I
phone.
keep dropping this shit. Shit, I think I'm on the peyote.
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 Whatever, dude.
Piggy-ote.
Ooh, 3 Days Grace.
They're hard rock.
No, they're also new metal too.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it
some of their
right
music
now.
might have been hard rock, and some of it might have been new metal.
Dude, 1X, their album 1X, probably their best
yeah.
album overall. Period.
Their best album is that the one where people are holding hands and their X's is black?
Yeah, and then there's like check marks or whatnot.
Yes. Dude, that is by far their best album.
Dude, that
never
album,
never too late. Time of Dying, Animal I Become, Riot, Time. All those songs are fucking on that album.
Dude, like I said, dude, this was their greatest album. Period, dude. I don't like. You see,
Period.
3 Days Grace. They're like one of those bands who is like an anomaly that no one hardly recognizes. Like they're only I don't know, dude. Like I don't know what it is for some reason. You know, they look like one of those bands that's just like.
See, I know you're old. I know you're older than me, which more people would probably know 3 Days Grace at your age. But so for me, 3 Days Grace was in WWE SmackDown versus Raw 2007, arguably one of the greatest games I think ever.
Oh, they must have used something from 1X.
Oh yeah, they had Animal I Become and Riot in that song, and literally kids my age, like anybody who played that game that was 7 years old growing up, knows 3 Days Grace because of SmackDown versus Raw 2007.
Without a doubt, yeah.
I'm surprised that they're classified as new metal. I guess I just now found that out.
Dude, that's the thing is that they don't really sound like that though, you know?
Yeah, they sound more of like a hard rock. They do have metal in their voice, but they sound like some heavy new metal if that's the case then.
Yeah. Oh, I'm taking a
God,
look
now
at
I want to listen to them.
Their debut album has new metal as one of their genres in that.
Yep, that's it.
Like, you know, dude, you have like some of these bands where you look at like each of their albums and you see what genre it is, and sometimes it ain't a full guarantee that, for example, new metal wouldn't be in like 1X. It would be like on their first album, but not 1X.
Oh, okay, that makes sense because the 1X album, I was gonna say, for new metal, that's some hard shit.
Yeah, you would have like some of these bands where they just like decide to like try another genre, see how that is, or some shit like that.
That makes sense.
We saw what that bitch Taylor Swift did, leaving country to go pop and shit like that. So, and then
go ahead, finish.
And then there's Beyonce who tried to go country, but even Aegis and I said it's not fucking country when we were talking about the Grammy
pop
Awards.
music. It's not country at all. It's pop music.
If you're not posty, don't be switching from pop to country. You know.
Yeah, my man Post Malone did it the right way, dude. I don't know what it was. He did it the fucking right way. So
now you know you're doing it right when you have 27 famous country singers on your album.
Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, Blake Shelton, they all helped him out and helped him understand it. So that's what the difference is. Did she get any help? No, I don't think she did.
She only won that shit because she's black. Just kidding. This is a joke. You can cut that out if you have to. I can say it because I'm, not fully white. I'm gonna totally leave that up to you if you want to leave that in or not. You don't have to.
Hey, dude,
he's not gonna edit this shit.
Dude, I'm 16% Indian, so
uploads it how it is and puts in an intro and outro music. Occasionally he'll put like some fucking intermission music in, but that's it.
Is this not gonna be an actual long video like you guys usually do?
Yeah.
Oh dang. Well, I thought it was gonna be like a catch-up video where we do 20 minutes he edits it.
That's at least what the intention is.
Yeah, I didn't know what you did with like these videos, so
yeah. I mean, I know what song that Aegis is using for the fucking intermissions on his podcasts.
What is it?
Humpy Camel.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was
I thought
my
it was the
Humpy
Green
Camel
Machine.
that you're fucking using.
I composed this, so I can use it however the fuck I want.
Humpy Camel.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying, like, come on. I would have figured you would have made your own shit, dude.
I don't know. I like Humpy Camel though. It's a good intermission music.
Um,
Man.
you know
How
what?
how'd you even land on 3 Days Grace?
I just looked it up, dude. I'm looking at list of new metal bands on Wikipedia right now, and they are
Oh.
under the T.
Pain. That's another good song off that 1X album.
Oh yeah, it is good too. Yeah. We got POD, otherwise payable on death. The only songs I know about them is I Feel So Alive and Youth of a Nation. Papa Roach.
Ooh.
Huh?
Oh, I was talking to myself, sorry.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh. I was gonna say another band, but they're technically not new metal. That's why I was like, ah.
Oh, okay, I got you, man. I think I might need one more or something like that, man. You just
Is this kind?
Huh?
He said your name.
What?
yeah, I just said your name, dude. I think I might need one more or something like that, and then call it a day with this.
If you want one, come up and grab one.
Come up and grab one.
Yeah, I might as well. I'm not even sure if I'm gonna put in an intermission at this point because I don't know how long we'll go. So you guys just keep talking about whatever with new metal music. I'll be right up.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll be right back, folks. They're just gonna keep distracting you till I get back.
I might show my ass. I don't think he heard that.
So let's talk about the Jews.
Let's talk so much shit about him. Oh,
no.
mine was worse.
What were you
No,
gonna say?
no, I'm just kidding. The Jew.
Is the door unlocked?
That's a good question. Knowing us, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's locked.
Dude, I can see her entire fucking ass.
That was cold.
FBI, open up!
Federal booby inspector.
Yeah.
All right, Roger just grabbed his beer.
I'll go relax.
Thank you.
Yep. Damn, I thought he was gonna come up here and talk for a little bit.
So those Jews, they certainly are Jewish. Fucking Rosh Hashanah, more like I don't know.
I don't know. Oh my god, that reminds me. Fucking at work the other day, I convinced
did I tell you that Roger likes to eat his cat's shit?
devour it.
Yeah, whenever you see him exit the screen, he's usually eating his cat's actual fucking shit.
Sometimes their ass.
Sometimes their ass, yeah.
No,
Oh,
but
there he is.
dude, I at work
Look
the
at
other day, I
it!
Just ate his shit.
Come on, say something into the mic, baby. Say something into the mic. The camera.
Oh, she has stage fright. Oh, your tongue came out. Look at people say they hate cats.
They clearly haven't eaten as much cat shit as Roger has.
Oh god.
Yep. Bit of a cat shot for you for the day.
Bit of a cat shit.
Yeah. Hang on, man. I can't open this for some reason. I might use my glasses. Hold on.
Just push.
Wait,
Do the
I got
trick, dude.
I got it.
There's a trick. If anything, I don't have no nails. I can never open. Just push down on the thing to make it up and then open it.
My thumb ain't that strong enough. I ain't fucking Popeye.
Come on, if no nails over here can do it, you can do it.
Yeah. You can't do it, Nikki.
Hey, you got to show that pour to the camera. That looked like a perfect pour.
Well, I just poured it all in, so.
Yeah, it is a perfect pour.
No, dude, I might as well just get a job over at Clockout Brewing.
Yeah.
Officially not sponsored by Clockout or Voodoo or whatever. We're not sponsored by anyone, but we will be. That's the point. Now shut up, people. Okay, so what is there to say about Papa Roach that hasn't been said?
Certainly is a band.
Yeah.
I think he paved the way for a different type of new metal. Like, you know, if you think about the other bands that we mentioned, and then you think about Papa Roach, completely different.
Yeah, they do have like a unique sound to them, you know? No, but it is pretty memorable, so.
I mean, the only thing you want to talk about changing, Papa Roach changed because I had for so long since it came out. Have you heard his new song, Leave a Light On?
Yes.
Oh God, I hate it. I hate it so bad. And this is just me personally. This is my opinion. It took me 3 months to realize that was Papa Roach. When I heard it on the radio and they said that was Papa Roach, I was so disgusted because how can you be Last Resort and now you're crying for me?
Yeah,
what is
I
this?
know that. I avoided that song. The only song that I listened to on Ego Trip, which was their last album they released, is called Kill the Noise. That's the only one because that's their genuine sound right there. Is Kill the Noise, but everything else fucking went to shit.
I mean, I really don't listen to Papa Roach the whole time, or a whole lot. I know their song Last Resort is their most popular song, but when I think of Papa Roach, I think of Last Resort, you know? That's just me, though.
Last Resort was the other one, and then there's, I can't remember. There was like one other song that was from that album, but I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, you guys know who
guys.
Huh?
Cheers.
Oh.
Cheers.
To what's to come, dude.
Cheers. Yep. Hang on. Gotta have it say Minnesota Beer Day right there. Every day is Minnesota Beer Day, you know?
Oh, my God.
Hell yeah.
I forgot we all got those cups.
Oh, you got one too?
Yeah, I came with you and Nick last year there.
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Because you were there. I remember literally, I looked at the glass and I said, Minnesota Beer Day, when's that? You turned to me and go, it's today. I was like, what? And you're like, yeah, that's why they're handing these out.
Dude, I honestly don't remember telling you that. I guess I was fucking hammered, dude.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you were pretty wasted.
Well, dude, that's what happens when I'm drinking my traveling jacks. And that's only 7%, dude. His stuff is like, what, 8-9%? And then your Billy Bumbler's like 10%.
Yup.
Dude, I played online against a guy the other day. His name was Billy Bumbler.
Really?
That's what his gamer tag was. Yes. I'm like, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, might have to tell the boys at Clockout about that. Hey, I played with someone who's called Billy Bumbler. That's awesome, man.
Is that Clockout's own drink or is it like an actual?
Yeah, those
ain't no way.
Yeah, those beers that are over there are their own brewed stuff. That's local brewed IPAs we're drinking.
How the fuck did they get that? They must know that beer then.
Yeah.
Ain't no way somebody named their gamer tag Billy Bumbler and it wasn't.
They might
could have been accidental.
They both might have just got their name from the same thing.
It is alliteration.
Like,
I don't know. Maybe it could be like one of those coincidence kind of things.
What?
Yeah, their beer supply line is from Fallout.
Like the game?
Yeah.
Really? Is there a beer in Fallout called Supply Line? I've never played Fallout, so.
All I know is the name.
My friend Brent does, and my friend Brent plays Fallout, and my brother-in-law Chris plays Fallout, and they don't even see that with the supply line thing, but I could kind of see that, honestly.
That's crazy.
Ooh, G-Money.
Yeah.
Do you know the band, the Union Underground?
No.
They had a song that was on it was for, I think, WWE back in 2003 for Unforgiven or one of the pay-per-views back then. It's like Move to the music, play
Oh,
that
yes,
fucking
yes,
music.
yes. Move to the music, play
Play that fucking music. Moving to the music.
Music. Yeah, dude,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
that song.
Dude,
That-
that was the first time I ever heard of who Union Underground is, dude. Like,
I'm with you on that. I mean, I obviously know the band. Well, I guess fuck off. Uh, I know the band and the song more. I never knew that that was them.
yep, it is them, man.
Oh, that's gonna be stuck in my head, bro. Hey,
Right.
that fucking music.
Moving to the music, yeah. The only reason I found out about that song was because, so they were doing a poll, like, you know, like they will put up one of those polls to have you answer questions of like who did this, did that. They, Stone Cold Steve Austin did a poll. It's like, who ran over Bill Goldberg? You know, and a lot of people thought it was The Rock or Chris Jericho.
Wait, are you talking about when Stone Cold got run over?
No, when Goldberg nearly got ran over. This was in 2003. Stone Cold was in 2000 when he got hit.
I don't remember Goldberg almost getting run over.
Well, yeah, he was pulling up in like a car or a limo. Somebody, he was on the phone, and then a car just came out. It hit the door to where it shut.
Oh shit. Wait, okay, so anyways, continue.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's how I heard what the song was. They played that song in the background of when they were showing, like, all right, so who did this and all that for like the
promo.
graphics and
They
all
played
that,
it.
the
They
promo
played the
kind of
promo.
thing.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it turned out Lance Storm was put up to it by Chris Jericho, which I ain't surprised at.
Y2J, Y2J.
Yep, Y2J, dude, and we all know he hates Goldberg with a passion.
A lot of people do.
Heck, dude, Goldberg was the reason Bret Hart's career ended because of that really hard kick he made to his head when they were battling in Starrcade and WCW.
But Goldberg is hated a lot because he's not a very good wrestler and he's not a safe wrestler to be in the ring with. That's why people don't like him.
That's what Bret Hart said about him in an interview, is that he did not think it was all scripted. He thought it was all real.
Yeah.
And then when you consider the fact that he actually did play a little bit of professional football, dude, what do you expect?
Yeah. Not only that, but he wasn't ring talented giftedly, you know, like what he did was violent. And to be in that type of scripture, you have to put on a show, but also be safe with your members. And a lot of people that I know, Goldberg was not a good wrestler and was not safe in the ring.
Yeah.
And even Brock Lesnar said that. Shout out Minnesota, former Minnesota Gopher.
Yep. National champion for Minnesota too, by the way.
Take a sip. He just retired today.
No, Brock Lesnar, here's to you, man.
Here's to you. Thank you for being one of the GOATs of Minnesota sports.
Yeah.
He's one of the only NCAA champion and WWE champion.
Yes.
One of the only ones.
Here, you know who Kurt Angle is, right?
Of course, he wrestled with the broken freaking neck.
Olympic gold medalist and a WWE champion.
With a broken freaking neck.
Yes. And actually when now that you bring it up, dude, when he competed in the gold medal round of the Olympics, dude, his neck was technically kind of broke.
Yeah, no, he had 3 herniated discs in his neck.
Yeah, he said that it was because of that, dude. They decided to do an MRI because he wanted to get like plates or whatever put in. They found that his neck fused together naturally, and because of that, dude, he can't feel anything in his fingers anymore.
He can barely move up and down with his neck. No, it's either up and down or it's left and right. I think it's left and right. I think he can only go up and down.
Yeah.
I think. Also, did you know that when he wrestled in that Olympic match to win gold, he could not feel his body?
Yeah, literally, that's what he said.
Yeah, he said in an interview they numbed his neck so bad that he couldn't feel a thing. He went out there like basically full adrenaline. Like he basically his body took over for him. Like he knew how to wrestle, but he went out there. He goes, All I remember is going out there, I was in so much pain before, they numbed me up, couldn't feel a thing, and I was out there like I was brand new. But he said he could barely remember the match. Like, he remembered winning, crying on stage, obviously, but during the match, he said he was so numb and adrenaline filled that it just wasn't himself. Like, he won unnaturally, basically.
Yeah, like, now that you bring
Kurt
it up,
Angle! Yeah!
Yep, Kurt Angle, man. Dude,
No,
now
Kurt
that you bring it
Angle.
up, man, like, okay, so when Rey Mysterio won his first ever World Heavyweight Champion, dude.
WrestleMania
like,
2006?
Yep. It was like how many months after his best friend Eddie Guerrero died? And he said
like 3 or 5.
Yeah, he said that it did not even sink in until the day after. Because
dude,
he was like in such a moment at that time, dude. It took a long time for it to sink in because like you're in the moment, dude, and you just don't think about anything else, kind of thing.
The worst part about that match at WrestleMania, you know how long that match was for a main event?
9 minutes.
Yep, you knew right. That's the only thing about it is they had Kurt Angle, Rey Mysterio, and Randy Orton in the match.
Yeah.
3 historical goats, and you only go 9 minutes as a main event. Go 20.
Dude, otherwise at least go maybe an hour. At least go a fucking hour, dude. That would mean a lot.
A triple threat World Heavyweight Championship with Rey Mysterio winning for only 9 minutes in a main event is diabolical.
Dude, not to mention, but did you see his entrance when he was arriving there, dude? That was so goated.
Yep. But no, that was back in the good old Perk Angle days.
Yeah, or it was when he was becoming Perk Angle. Like when he went over to TNA right afterwards.
I was just about to say
there was when he went on top of the cage and he jumped up, and that's when it became Perk Angle right there. Dude.
Yeah,
TNA was like when he was there, him, Sting, Kevin Nash, Scott Steiner, Booker T, Scott Hall,
AJ
Jeff
Styles,
Jarrett, dude.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, Samoa Joe, dude. AJ Styles was also there too, dude. Dude, that was the golden era for TNA, but then right after they all left, it all went down the shitter.
Yes. When Jeff Hardy came in TNA, no offense to Jeff Hardy, but that's when TNA went down the shit because the whole, his scene happened. But I was going to say to you, if you watch TNA, that's true Perk Angle days. Perk Angle was insane in TNA.
I would blame it mostly on Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff for TNA for breaking apart.
Man, fuck Hulk Hogan.
So we're talking about new metal.
Hey, we are just getting off topic, dude. Just fucking relax, dude.
Hey, we got WWE fans in the chat. I know that.
Yeah, dude. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it ain't my fault that Slash is getting fucking impatient with us right now, right?
Oh God,
I really do not care about
Mr. Only talk about System of a Down. We've talked about 30 bands.
Yeah, dude. Oh, wait. Here's one guy that we did bring up, though, who apparently is new metal. Vanilla Ice.
No.
Vanilla Ice
I
is new
refuse
metal?
to believe that.
Yeah, he is, dude. Look him up, dude. He is actually new metal.
That is disgusting.
Hold up. I got to see this for myself.
I'm such a big Eminem fan that I don't like Vanilla Ice. That disgusts me that he's part of that genre.
Yeah, dude, it says under his genres on Wikipedia, hip-hop, rap rock, new metal, rap metal.
I knew he'd be hip-hop. I knew he'd be rap.
It does. It says he is new metal. That's fucking weird.
I'm wondering when he actually did turn new metal, honestly. I want to take a look at that.
Well, it definitely ain't no Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, Ice Ice Baby is a rap rock, obviously.
Yeah, yep. I'm not going to lie. That's the only song I've ever heard and know by him.
Oh, dude, obviously. The only time that I saw him was in Celebrity Rehab. And apparently Ron Jeremy stabbed him in the back and caused him to have a meltdown and then screamed to Ron Jeremy, who is a porn star, "Backstabber!" Because I think they were doing an elimination contest or whatever. I don't know.
It was the album Hard to Swallow that says it's new metal.
Why did it have to be hard to swallow? What is he swallowing in particular?
You know what it is.
Yogurt.
He probably needs some of that sodium intake or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah, it's
yeah.
hard to swallow those new metal. I think that's it
I
though.
can't remember how many beers I've had. I think I've only had 2.
Yeah, this is my
I hope
second one
so.
here, so
Let's see. Was that my third? No, I think that was my third.
Yeah, hard to swallow this album Bipolar. His album Platinum Underground was partially new metal, not all, but some of it was new metal.
Ice Ice Baby, new metal. What a joke. Do, 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 do. Ah, do, do,
Dude,
do,
the
do,
only
do.
reason I know about that tune is because of Vanilla's Ice song in particular, but that was from he ended up sampling that from
Excuse me.
Queen's Under Pressure that he did with David Bowie.
Yes,
Yep.
Under Pressure. I knew that. I knew that.
I
Yeah.
did not
Under
even
Pressure.
know about Under Pressure, honestly. It's like
Really?
with MC Hammer's Can't Touch This. It came from
Excuse
Rick
me.
James's song. The more you
Go ahead.
know. The more you know.
It came from that?
Yeah, MC Hammer's Can't Touch
Oh.
This came from Rick James's one song. I can't remember what it's called again though.
Did you know that when MC Hammer was releasing Don't Touch This, everybody around him told him that this song is the worst song he's ever made. It's not going to do anything.
Yeah.
Like everybody called him a fool and an idiot for making that song. Like everybody was like, this, the way you're dancing, the way these lyrics are, it's so stupid. Nobody's going to relate. And
The
like
only
it.
reason I know about that song is because it was on the fucking Shark Tale video game.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Good old Shark Tales.
Anything
Yeah.
else to say about new metal?
I'm just taking a look right now. What
I
the
am not
fuck?
gonna-
Sugar Ray was actually new metal in their early days?
Really?
Dude, that's the band that's like, I just wanna fly.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, apparently their debut album's a bit of new metal here. But dude, fucking Sugar Ray. Sugar Ray.
Sugar Ray, Pen and Jam,
Yeah.
Saskanini Denkron, DNB Foo Falls, Rock on the Clock.
What the hell did you just say? Gee, Mike, did
Lyrics
he
to
just
We
have a
Didn't Start the-
stroke? Did
the
he
lyrics
just
to We
have
Didn't
a
Start the
fucking
Fire.
brain stroke or something?
Oh, you're funny.
It's the lyrics to We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
You did a god awful job because all I heard was you having a fucking seizure, dude.
That's funny. That's funny.
I'm freezing a bit on my screen. Just give it a minute to load. I'm just loading some new shit right now. I was just trying to look at what some of the all-time greatest new metal bands are. I'm looking at this from loudersound.com, and I will include that in the description below so that all of you can take a look for yourself. So, among these bands is Linkin Park, Slipknot, Limp
Yep.
Bizkit, System of a Down, Deftones, Evanescence, Disturbed, Papa Roach, Mudvayne. Can you let me read more? Arca won't let me read anymore. Yeah, that's all I can really fucking pull up for this for the list. My shit ain't loading for some reason. So my fucking computer's being a bitch right now. So, but dude, I'm telling you, dude, how is it that new metal is on a bunch of fucking video game soundtracks? Like, G Money, what do you think it is?
I think it's because it's what we grew up on, dude. When we grew up on the biker game, the skateboarding game, the snowboarding games, like all of them, they were early 2000s, bro. I was playing them on PS2 and GameCube. Like during that time, that's when that music was the most popular. And look how many kids that influenced. And it's sad to say that our age and your age, let's be honest, new metal is probably going to die out within the next 10 years. It's not too popular. It's not too popular. It was really, like you said in the beginning, it was 90s and 2000s music. And now the genre of shitty music we're in ain't nobody the new kids are not even gonna know who 3 Days Grace is in 5 years.
Yeah, dude,
And that's
what
honestly
sucks.
depressing.
I'm just taking a look at the article quick right now, and I just wanted to keep going until I finish my beer. But
Yeah,
apparently, during the mid 2010s, there was like some underground revival. You know, like when it comes to like underground stuff, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, like in the early 2020s, like the era that we're kind of in still right now, there has been like kind of a somewhat revival, but it ain't as big as it was because of all the fucking pop bullshit that we're listening to today.
I was gonna say, if there's a genre that's coming back more than it ever was, it's pop punk. That's coming back more than anything.
Yeah, pop punk is a really good genre, but when it comes to the word pop, I can't get into it.
Preference is preference. It's your opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's really nice to see that we have bands, like Korn and Slipknot that didn't fucking change at all. Hell, Stained.
And that says a lot. Oh, go ahead, finish.
Yeah. Stained even released their first album like last year in maybe like 13 years. And they still sound the same.
Well, I was going to say, Slipknot, they've lost like 9 band members. And I would have to listen to them again, but I'm pretty sure their music has not changed too dramatically.
Yeah.
Too dramatically?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Drastically. That's
I forgot. Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Korn. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, Korn did change a tiny bit on their last album, but it wasn't a full change. It still sounds like their overall sound, but I think they tweaked it a tiny bit.
What do you expect when you're 31 years in the business?
Yeah. And Jonathan Davis, dude, he's got to be at least in his late 40s, early 50s or something like that, maybe.
Holy shit. I'm talking about getting old.
Yeah. It is.
Well,
it is fucking insane, man.
I ain't gonna lie. I think I'm pretty much blanking on everybody I talked about. Now I'm good on the video. I've talked about. Damn, Roger, you and I have talked about I got to be at least over 30 bands,
right?
That we brought up, which is good. Good variety. I hope you listeners, learned a little bit. Go look up the bands that we're talking about. You will not regret it.
Yeah, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta check out these bands. And if you out there have not listened to any new metal, go fucking listen. Go check it out. Go check out all these bands that we have just talked about.
Yes, I agree. If we have any viewers out there that are younger than 25, which is me and Aegis's age, please go check out what the bands that we're talking about. They might be a little bit older for your taste, but that don't mean they're bad. I'm telling you, all the bands that all 3 of us have named are great bands. Could put you on for music for years if you go and look these up. So
absolutely,
don't hesitate and go look up some of these bands because you will not regret it.
Yep, and as somebody like me, who was born and who was raised when the new metal genre came out,
amen.
You have no idea what you missed out on. Go fucking listen to these bands if you haven't ever even heard them. Go check them out. I encourage you to check them out.
Or if you like football, go buy a PlayStation 2, play some Madden 05, and then listen to some real bangers.
Hey, I'll cheers to that right now, man. I'll cheers to that right now, man.
Oh, God.
Yeah. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. One sec.
Chug, 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 chug. Hey! Woo!
No, I wasn't even drinking anything. My beer's been gone for a while.
Yeah, well, this is going to be my last one, dude. I got to go to bed soon, so. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to Aegis and G-Money for coming on. And if you guys want to see more content from all 3 of us, go subscribe to the Interrobang group now today. We're going to upload a lot of good content there that you are going to enjoy. And if you want to see more music-related content from me, be sure to subscribe to the Roger Radio Show today. I guarantee you we're going to get a lot more people on here, man. We're just going to have a good time talking music and just whatever comes to mind. And guys, do you have any final things you want to say quick?
Yeah, on the Interrobang group, we just uploaded the ketchup roulette, so make sure you watch the mustard roulette and the ketchup roulette, because both are really good.
Yeah.
Secondly, like I said, I think we should push up more videos like this, like music-based. Roger, I know your channel's basically music-based. If you ever wanted to make like videos about, you know, say like I like a lot of music over the country. I know you're distinguished on what you like. But if you guys like videos like this where we're talking music, let us know. I would love to be back and talk about music, to talk genres all day long, bands, artists. So if you like this video, go give a like, subscribe to the Interrobang group, subscribe to Roger Radio, and it was a great time. You know, I hope a lot of you guys learned some things and go check out some bands that we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, and absolutely, G-Mike, thank you so much for coming on, man. It's been a long time coming for this shit. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this podcast. Remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified when I upload. And as always, until next time, ta-ta for now!
Peace!